UFC 311, January 18th, LA. We're all going to be watching, and I'm here to give you a no-nonsense guide. What's up, boys? It's Teep Kick here, back with another video. I want to welcome Teep Nation to the new No Nonsense series, where I give you 100% accurate, factual, and undisputable picks for the upcoming card without all the nonsense. No prize pick sponsors, no merch, no shoutouts. We're just getting straight into the MMA knowledge, giving you the right picks. Let's get right into it. Here's your one and only spoiler warning. If you do not want to know what is going to happen at UFC 311, just click off this video now, because I have confiscated the script for UFC 311 and I'm going to tell you exactly what happens. You have been warned. Here we are at the UFC website. Before we start, we need to do something very important. We need to talk about you know, most YouTubers, they start at the bottom of the card for the first fight. We are not doing that. We're starting at the top with the main event. Why? Because this is a no-nonsense guide. We start with the main event. Islam versus Arman, the champion versus the #1 contender. Islam, as we know, is on a 14-fight win streak, coming off a submission win against Dustin Poirier, where he was battle-tested by one of the best strikers in the division. Arman is coming off a controversial win over Oliveira by decision. In my opinion, at least, it's controversial, and is currently on a 4-fight win streak. These two dudes fought back in 2019, and after rewatching, Arman clearly got gassed out by the 3rd round, but this time he's much more experienced and he's in insane condition for this fight. I mean, I'm gonna throw a picture up. Look at this dude. He's ripped. I think they'll be pretty evenly matched again in this rematch, especially in the grappling. I think Islam is just a better striker between the two, both offensively and defensively. So I see either a TKO or decision win for Islam. Next, we have Merab, the absolute nut job, against Umar Nurmagomedov, aka Khabib's son. Like I mentioned, this is a no-nonsense guide. So this is what the fight comes down to. Can Umar keep up the pace with Merab, defend a majority of the takedowns, and stand long enough from the outside to strike with Merab? No recent opponent has been able to stop Merab, even a decorated wrestler like Henry Cejudo. According to the script, it says Merab will win a tight split decision win against Umar, as the fight isn't in Russia or Abu Dhabi, where the judges will give him the decision win. So there you have it. And FYI, I hate Merab, so you know I'm telling you the truth. Next, we have Beneil Dariush against Renato Moicano. So we have the #9 versus #10 lightweight. What? I'm receiving a call from a random Brazilian. No, hello?
Remember, Moicano cannot afford to lose. Never bet against a man that cannot afford to lose. January 18, I'm going over there and dominating Beneil Dariush. Knock him out, submission or decision, doesn't matter. I'm gonna put 100% on the training camp. I will get there ready and sharp, and I'm gonna kill him.
Well, okay then. You heard it from the man himself. Moicano's going to get a TKO from ground and pound. In all seriousness, Beneil has not looked the same since the Oliveira fight. I was never super high on the guy as a fighter. You may call me a hater, but that's just what I've seen. I don't know if Beneil can match the heart and the grit of Renato right now. The guy's on a great win streak. He's carrying all that aura. You know, he cannot afford to lose. That's why I'm siding with the sports books and taking the heavy favorite in Renato Moicano. I potentially see this be a back and forth battle in the first round to round and a half. We saw Beneil scramble really well with Gamrot, but I don't know if he could do that against Renato, especially after the last 2 defeats he had. He may be really demoralized. Wow, this is a banger of a card. Look what we have next. My boy Yuri Prochazka against Jamal Hill. Guys, I'll be honest, the script is kind of sloppy right here. I can't make out the writing too well. We got to get with the UFC and have them fix this, but trust me when I say someone is getting KO'd. I can read that part of the script. We may have to just let the MMA gods decide who gets knocked out here. These two guys have a lot in common. I mean, both are obsessed with keeping their hands low for some reason. They both have devastating knockout power, one-punch knockout power. And last of all, they're both biological sons of Alex Pereira, in case you didn't know that. Luckily, I have the all-knowing MMA crystal ball, which is telling me that Yuri is thugging it out to a late round 2 knockout over Jamal Hill. If his chin is not completely disintegrated from the absolute punishment that Pereira put him through, then he is definitely the favorite in my eyes. Just a heads up, don't bet on this fight. I think it's too close. Next, we have my boy Kevin Holland against Rainer de Ridder. I'm really interested in this Rainer de Ridder guy. I watched his last fight against GM3 where he choked our boy out. Very sad, but I think this fight is going to be pretty competitive. Kevin Holland has a lot of ups and downs where he'll win one and then lose one. His last fight against Roman Dolidze was really pathetic because he just got hurt and it wasn't fun. It wasn't a full fleshed out fight. We don't know what could have happened. But this time, I think he's coming in with a chip on his shoulder. He's going to do well. But surprisingly enough, I see that De Ridder is going to get a decision win. And my pick comes down to two simple, no-nonsense reasons. One, the fight is at middleweight, where Kevin Holland is notoriously weaker and always gets taken down with ease. And two, Reinier De Ridder is a pretty good grappler, evident in his last fight where he submitted GM3. So I see De Ridder getting a decision win. I'm not sure if he could submit Holland. Holland's got some good jiu-jitsu, but I see De Ridder winning. Now we enter the prelims here. I'm going to go through these pretty fast. There's a couple nonsense fights in here that we don't really care about. But first, we'll start off with Johnny Walker against Bogdan Guskov. At this point, I think my dog could knock out Johnny Walker if he really wanted to. I mean, there should be a line for over under one Looney Tunes knockout every time this guy fights because of how weak and feeble his chin is. I mean, I love Johnny Walker, but Guskov is probably going to knock him out one way or the other. Now, this is a fight that we are looking for. This is a big one. In the bantamweight division, my boy Peyton Talbot against Raoni Barcelos, the crafty vet. We love to see these kind of matchups. This is a big step up for Talbot, even as old as Barcelos is. I think we see a little more adversity for Peyton because of how solid of a striker Raoni is. He should have enough left in the tank to make this a fun fight with Talbot, but I eventually see Peyton Talbot getting the second or third round KO on this guy. So you heard it here first. Peyton Talbot 10-0 after that Saturday. Next, we have Jayton Almeida against Sergey Spivak. I could tell you exactly how this fight is going to happen. I don't even have to look at the script, guys. Here comes Jayton Almeida dashing to the center of the octagon. Oh, he throws his signature front kick to Spivak's face, and now they separate for a second. Almeida's in on a single leg. Oh, he gets the takedown. And followed by that, we have 4 minutes of him just controlling Spivak on the ground, and that happens for round 2 and round 3. And we see Jayton Almeida get a unanimous decision win. Boring. Next, we see Zachary Reese against Cedricus Dumas. I don't know if I said that first name right, but I'm going with the guy with more tattoos. Let's see a Dumas win here. This guy's pretty fun to watch, and I think he'll strike it out and get a win over Zachary. Grant Dawson against Diego Ferreira. Both of these guys are dogs. I think Diego still has some left in the tank. I think these odds maybe are too far apart. I think it'll be a close fight, but yeah, maybe let's say Grant Dawson wins. Kel Rosa against, I'll take the twerker, I guess. Rinya Nakamura, really like this guy, really high on him. On the other hand, this Muin guy, he's terrible. I watched him fight. I really think this is going to be a blowout. I agree with the odds, if not, giving Rinya Nakamura even better odds. Ricky Turcios is coming back against Bernardo Sopage. I don't know too much about Sopage, but he looks like a big favorite. I'll take him. Clayton Carpenter against Tagir. This guy Tagir comes from Khabib's camp. I'm just going to take him. He's the Russian. Let's go. Thank you guys for watching the first episode of my no-nonsense guides. I will be leaving the comments open so that you can all return and thank me for giving you and sharing these guaranteed picks that we will all see happen and unfold on January 18th. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you agree, disagree? What do you guys want to see next? And are you going to be watching UFC 311? Let me know. So with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. This is Teep Kick. I'm out.